You are listening to the USDN on the DFPN.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to the United States Department of Nerds, where we are for the people, by the people, and of the people. And as always, it's the chairman here with New Comic Book Day for 25 June, and this is the 26th episode of USDN Shorts. And as always, we're going to be doing New Comic Book Day. But first, my top 5 from last week. Let's jump into them. And coming in at number 5, I have from Dark Horse, Los Monstruos, issue 2 by James Robinson, art by Jose Merino, colors by Kike J. Diaz, and lettering by Jim Campbell. Such a good book. It's been really good. Check this one out. Now coming in at number 4 this week is the last and final issue of Oni Press and EC Comics, Epitaphs from the Abyss. This was written by Matt Kindt, Tyler Crook, Chris Condon, art by Klaus, Janson, Tyler Cook, Alison, Sampson, and this cover is by Tom Fowler. Now, they do have a new series starting next month that I'm really excited about called Catacombs of Torment. It's going to be really, really fun. But this has been a great series. I'm sure trade paperback will be out very soon for this one. Coming in at number 3, we have I Was a Fashion School Serial Killer from Image Comics. And this is issue 3 by Doug Wagner, art by Daniel Hilliard, covers by Daniel Hilliard and Michelle Madsen, colors by Michelle Madsen, and lettering by Ed Dukeshire. Can't say enough great things about this book. It has been so good. Now, coming in at number 2 this week, we're going Image and Tiny Onion, Exquisite Corpses, issue 2 by James Tynion IV, Michael Walsh, art by Michael Walsh and Mariana Ignazi, and covers by Michael Walsh and Mariana Ignazi. Such a good book. This is going to be one of the books of the year, in my opinion. Now, I'm not doing an honorary mention this week, but we're going to jump into the number 1, and that's going to be from Oni Press this week, and it's a new premiere called Benjamin. And this is by Ben H. Winters, art by Leo Matz, and covers by Christian Ward and Leo Matz. If you're a sci-fi guy, this is a must-have book. It was so good. Set up a story that is going to be absolutely amazing. To only be getting 3 books, this is going to be something special. Highly recommend you checking this one out. Now let's jump into New Comic Book Day for 25 June, where there were 280 new issues and 538 releases overall, which is a big week. It's a big jump up from last week. But let's jump into them. And as always, we start with Marvel. So coming in from Marvel this week, we have a new premiere, giant size, Age of Apocalypse, issue 1 by Jackson Lanzon, art by C.F. Villa, and cover by Stanley Art Germ Lau. The future is up for grabs. Kamala Khan has prevailed in her fight against Legion, but now the two are stuck in the darkest future of all, the Age of Apocalypse. Worst yet, it's only hours from its inevitable end. If Kamala can't find what's left of the X-Men, she'll burn in nuclear hellfire. Former enemies must learn to rely on one another as they journey through a land of charred bones and broken promises. But can Legion truly be trusted? And how far will Rogue go to teach Kamala the true meaning of mutant identity? Welcome back to the Age of Apocalypse, where no one survives the experience. Plus, Jeff Loeb and Simone D. Mayo team up for a Revelations backup tale that reveals a sinister secret about the Age of Apocalypse, one that will have dire consequences in the future. And this is the 3rd of the Giant 5 coming. Really dope book. Check it out if you can. Now, coming up next from Marvel, this is probably one of my favorite Predator versus series they've done, and that's Predator versus Spider-Man. And that's going to be issue 3 by Benjamin Percy, cover art by Paolo Seguera, colors by Ian Nitro, pencils by Marcelo Ferreira, inks by Jade Liston, and colors by Frank D'Armata, and lettering was done by Clayton Cowles. Honor killing. Skinner, the Predator with no clan or code, is more than the enemy of Spider-Man and the target of Kraven. He's also detested by his fellow Yaja. A hunt party has arrived in New York and all hell is about to break loose. So good, so fun. Can't recommend this one enough to y'all. Check this one out. Next up from Marvel, we're going to the galaxy far, far away with Star Wars: The Legacy of Vader, issue 5 by Charles Soule, art by Stefano Raphael, and this is the Rachel Stott cover. Target, Naboo. Kylo Ren and the First Order begin the assault of Naboo. But what strange game is the young tyrant playing with the fates of the people there? What lesson has Kylo learned from Darth Vader's past? I've really enjoyed this book. I know a lot of people aren't a fan of Marvel Star Wars, but I am. It's been really good so far. Check it out. Don't knock it till you tried it. Now, I'm going to do something different from DC this week, even though they're still in the recommendations. However, I came across these books because somebody else had ordered them and then decided they didn't want them. So I was able to pick them up from my local comic shop. And we're going DC's Absolute Batman, issue 1 by Scott Snyder, art by Nick Dragotta, cover by Mark Spears, color by Frank Martin, and lettering by Clayton Cowles. If you recognize it, that's because this is the foil variant cover for Mark Spears' Absolute Batman. It is part 1 of the connecting covers that he did for the book. That's the first one. I also picked up the Superman, which is also another really dope book. I'm glad I was able to pick these up. But last but not least, from DC, it's going to be Absolute Wonder Woman's third and final cover to connect the 3. These are really dope. So happy I was able to pick them up. I didn't know these existed until they came out, or my LCS asked me if I wanted them. And I couldn't pass them up. They're really dope. I'm going to have them framed and put up on the wall in here. Now, stated with Batman, believe it or not, I was able to pick up a new copy of Batman Hush. This is the DC Essential Edition of the TPB by Jeff Loeb, pencils by Jim Lee, and inks by Scott Williams, color by Alex Sinclair, lettering by Richard Starkins, and it features covers from Jim Lee, Scott Williams, and Alex Sinclair. In this classic tale, Batman sets out to learn the identity of the mysterious villain known as Hush. But Batman ends up facing the most intense case of his life as secrets from his past flood into the present. Guest star in The Dark Knight's greatest allies and enemies. This collection presents Batman numbers 608 to 619, and a 6-page story from Wizard number 0, and a 2-page origin story that originally appeared at DCComics.com, and a new paperback edition with the new cover by superstar artist Jim Lee. Don't know what happened to my original one, but I had to pick it back up. Got it right here. Now heading over to Dark Horse this week, and we're going Star Wars: The High Republic Adventures, Volume 3, Issue 19 by Daniel Jose Alder. Art by Harvey Talabal, cover by Elizabeth Bills, color by Michael Adia, and lettering by Jimmy Betancourt and Tyler Smith. The fates of the Starhopper Jedi are revealed. The Battle of Eriadu comes to its epic conclusion, and as the dust settles, the Jedi and the Nihil will learn lessons of heroism and horror, hope and heartbreak. Don't miss the penultimate chapter of this iconic series, the climactic final battle between the Jedi and the Nihil that has been years in the making. This has been such a fun series. If you can, I'd probably wait for the trade paperbacks to come out instead of tracking it down issue by issue. But if you can get this in trade paperback when it comes out, I highly recommend it because it's been really, really good. Staying in Dark Horse this week, and we have a fun one. And that's going to be, it's going to be a new premiere. And it's going to be Tramps of the Apocalypse, issue 1 by Alice Darrow, who also did the art in this cover. The year is 2094, and men rule the world. So what has changed in 70 years, you ask? Following the 10-year Sildenafil Wars of 2053, Earth has become a barren wasteland. Factions of surviving men, led by Quest Ragnar, king of males, have taken over the remnants of cities and towns across the globe, capturing and enslaving all women. Well, all women except for 3 super bimbos with unparalleled bloodlust and an unquenchable thirst for violence. Baby, Belladonna, and Babette. Unwilling to bend to the whims and desires of the buffoons in charge, too slippery to be caught, and too sexy for change, these 3 banging babes are at the top of Quest Ragnar's most wanted list. Unfortunately for him, they could care less. It was such a fun read. It's different, but it's so fun. Despite the name and what it entails, it's actually really good. Check it out if you can. Now going over to Boom Studios this week, we have When I Lay My Vengeance Upon Thee, issue 5 by Gus Merino, art by Jacob Rebelka, and I picked up covers from Jacob Rebelka and Jacob Phillips. Hell is here. Father Stygian and Barrera make it to the hospital where the ominous masses of birds are terrorizing the building. As they rush to find Andrea, shocking revelations about Stygian's practice leave Barrera horrified. But will the horror be enough for him to do what's needed? Or are they too late? This has been such a good series. I've enjoyed it so much. If you can get out and find it and give this one a read. It has been really good. Up next, we're going to Madcave Studios, and this is an odd one because somehow I ended up getting issue 1 and issue 2 of this book on the same day. But let's dive into it. It's going to be Vanishing Point, issue 1 by Mark Russell, art by Juan Doe, who also did the cover of issue 1. In Screams, the captain of a mining ship goes on a 10-year solo mission to the Jupiter asteroid belt, where he makes a horrifying discovery. The brainchild of Mark Russell, Vanishing Point is an anthology series of short stories that are part science fiction and part essential horror. With an exceptional roster of artists tackling each tale, these are stories with a twist in which the twist is not the point of the story, but a beginning point from which to ask what it means to be alive. I've gotten to read the first issue. This was really good. I'm going to read the next issue this weekend. But it was really good. Definitely check it out if you can. But let's check out what's going on in issue 2. And this one's by Mark Russell. Ryan Alexander Tanner did the art. And this is the Robert Hack cover. In the Tomorrow Family, witness a dark reimagining of the cartoon family of tomorrow, living among the clouds in the future that might have been. Yes, this is referring to the Jetsons. Really cool cover, and I can't wait to read this one this weekend. But if it's anything like issue 1, I highly recommend you giving it a read. Let's jump over to Zenescope real quick, and we're going Grim Fairy Tales Volume 2, issue 97 by Joe Bruscia. I picked up covers from Igor Lomov and Josh Burns. Lettering was done by Taylor Esposito. Who is Father Time, and how can he be stopped? That's what Shang, Sky, and the rest of the heroes who reside at Arcane Acre need to discover. Because if they don't, it could mean the end of the grim universe, and with it, all of humanity. This is one issue that you must not miss. Really have enjoyed this series, and you can kind of tell they're winding it down for something else to start soon. But it's been really fun. Check it out. Also up from Zenescope this week, we're going Zenescope Legends Summer Edition 2025. This is issue 1, also by Joe Bruscia. Covers were done by Igor Vitorino and John Royal. Summer 2025 brings together 3 thrilling tales of heroism, magic, and the supernatural. Hercules Payne fights to save a troubled teen from gang life, proving that true strength comes from the choices we make. Gretel, the infamous witch hunter, is forced to confront a dark debt from her past that may cost her more than she can afford. Mystery uncovers a chilling, ghostly secret in the heart of New Orleans, where not all spirits seek peace. 3 legendary heroes, 3 unforgettable stories, 1 must-read issue. Always a good time with these books. Don't sleep on Zenescope. They always have really, really great stories. Jumping over to Image this week, and we're going to start it off with Dark Honor, issue 2 by Ethan Sachs, K.S. Bruce, and Brian DeKubelis. Art is done by Fico Ozio, who also did this really awesome cover. And besieged by an attack on the New York underworld during the deadliest days of the COVID pandemic, the secret warrior society known as the 100 struggles to mount a defense against the invading mastermind Grigor. Heir apparent Rain, banned from the 100 over her gambling vice and trying to forge a new life out of prison, may be their only hope. Issue 1 of this was so good. Issue 2 didn't let me down either. Was really good. Check this one out if you can. Now, coming up next, I have a new premiere, and that's going to be Lazarus Fallen, issue 1 by Greg Rucka, art by Michael Lark, and cover by Michael Lark. Eisner award-winning team of Lark and Rucka return with the first issue of their final series about Forever Carlisle. In a neo-feudalist world ruled by the ultra-wealthy families, each has a Lazarus, raised and trained to be the instrument of that family's will. Finally free of her father's control, Forever is going to burn it all down. I'm not familiar with the original series that this is going to. I'll have to track it down and check it out. But this one was really good. Check it out if you can. It's still at your local comic book shop on the shelves. Up next, another new premiere. It's News from the Fallout. Issue 1 by Chris Condon, art by Jeffrey Allen Love, and covers by Jeffrey Allen Love and Jacob Phillips. Lettering was done by Hassan. Miniseries premiere writer Chris Condon teams with visionary artist Jeffrey Allen Love for a thrillingly dark sci-fi horror story unlike any you've seen before. In 1962 Nevada, a nuclear test goes horribly awry and unleashes a contaminant into the atmosphere that turns people rotten. Otis Follows, a private in the U.S. Army who is present for the test, is the only known survivor. He flees the secret army base in search of a safe haven, but does such a place exist? There's been so much hype on this story, and the hype was real because it was really damn good. Check this one out if you can. Up next, we have The Seasons, issue 5 by Rick Remender, art by Paul Azaceta with Matthew Lopez, and this is the Paul Azaceta cover. New story arc. Spring Seasons has disappeared into the Big Top in search of her missing family, but the fantastical temptations inside unveils truth should rather remain hidden. Rick Remender and Paul Azaceta begin the second chapter of the highly acclaimed hit series. I'm looking forward to reading this one. I'm going to read it this weekend, but if it's anything like the first 4, it's going to be amazing. Rick Remender is such a good writer. Up next, we have Sleep, issue 2 by Xander Cannon, who also did the art and covers. And Tim Seeley also did a cover, and that's this cover right here. When Jonathan Reason falls asleep, he becomes something terrible. Awakened in the middle of a deadly car wreck, Jonathan starts to understand as he desperately searches for a way to keep everyone safe from his coming rampage. The sinister secrets of the town begin to emerge. Really, really fun story. Xander Cannon is amazing. Like, I can't even put into words like how good this book is. Check this one out. Pick it up. Have your LCS order it off Image, download it digitally, do what you got to do, but check this one out. Up next, we're going to the season finale, or the series finale, of Universal's Monsters, The Mummy by Faith Erin Hitz, art by Lee Lowridge and Faith Erin Hitz, and the covers were done by Faith Erin Hitz and Jay Lee with June Chung. I believe this is the Jay Lee and June Chung cover right here. Helen, the Mummy, and the Fate of Two Worlds. That's the description of this book, but I've read it, and it's amazing. I'm sad to see this one go. This has probably been my favorite out of Universal Monster series that Image has done. But check this one out. Either go try to track it down or wait for the trade paperback. But check this one out. It was really phenomenal. Next up, we're going You'll Do Bad Things, issue 4 by Tyler Boss. Art by Adriano Turtolucci, cover by Tyler Boss, and lettering by Hassan. As Seth realizes that his writing may be the cause of the brutal new murders sweeping the city, he and Mistress Bella decide to put his pen to the test. The plan? Write Bella an early curtain call and see if she survives. First 3 issues were absolutely amazing. Looking forward to reading this one this weekend. So check this one out. I've been saying it. This is one of mine for top of the list of 2025. It's going to be up there. Up next, we're going Ghost Machine into my favorite street, although I wouldn't want to live there, and that's Hyde Street. Issue 7 by Jeff Johns, art by Danny Miki, Ivan Reyes, and Brad Anderson. Cover pencils were done by Ivan Reyes. Cover ink was done by Danny Miki. Cover colors by Brad Anderson. And as always, lettering is done by Rob Lee. Pranky sets his sights on capturing another resident of Hyde Street, the elusive and terrifying matinee monster. But his hunt takes a dangerous detour when a sadist with a chilling and mysterious past arrives on Hyde Street, disrupting the delicate balance of its sinister inhabitants. Hyde Street is up there with one of my favorite from Ghost Machine, right behind probably Rook Exodus, which is getting ready to hit shelves again here soon. If you can check out Hyde Street, any of them, it doesn't matter which, just pick up an issue, give it a read, find out what the hype is about, because this is a damn good series. Also, next up from Ghost Machine, and our favorite family from Ghost Machine, and that's going to be the Rockefellers, issue 6 by Francis Manapul, who also did, written by Francis Manapul and Peter J. Tomasi, art by Francis Manapul, cover by Francis Manapul, and lettering is done by Rob Lee. This is the end of the story arc. The mysterious floating eyeball attacks. The youngest Rockefeller, Ray, has been infected by its gross, sticky tendrils, and it's not looking good. And it's not stopping with Ray, as it unleashes its coils throughout the entire house. Meanwhile, nosy neighbor Tony starts poking around the house at exactly the wrong time. This has been so good. I don't know how long it's going to be between this one and the next story arc, but this has been really good. Check this one out. Now, up next, we're going over to the Spawn universe. And to start it, we're going Black Ritual, the Book of Knits. And this is going to be issue 3 by Thomas Healy, art by Nat Jones, and covers by Nat Jones and Raymond Gay. Knits has become a target of the witch hunter known as the Puritan. With his sights set on her, it may only be a matter of time before she is laid to rest. I don't think she's going to be laid to rest. Knits always has that comeback ability similar to Spawn, but this has been a really good series. Thomas Healy absolutely nails the writing on this one, so check this one out. Last up this week, we're going Gunslinger Spawn, issue 44 by Todd McFarlane, art by Carlo Barberi, and covers from Bjorn Behrens and Federico Sabatini. The Gunslinger has brought death to many in his lifetime, demons, angels, and humans alike. Now he has a choice to make. Can the Gunslinger show mercy this one time? Such a good series from the Spawn universe. Different from Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger. This is the modern. Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger is the past. It's a good way to separate them out. But this has been such a good series. I can't recommend it enough to you. Trade paperbacks are out now, however you can get them. So that's my recommendations for the week of June the 25th. And I want to take just a quick moment to wish my baby brother a happy birthday. It was his birthday this week. I hope it was a blessed one. I love you and I miss you. But let us know what you picked up at your comic book shop this week. Drop them down in the comments below. I'm going to get caught up on social media this weekend, but also this weekend, June the 28th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be sitting down with Mike Scrace with his upcoming Kickstarter entitled Zip. And this will be issue 4 of the series, so that's a new one for me. Normally I get him at number 1, maybe number 2, but he's on his 4th issue of Zip. And I can tell you right now, the first 3 have been amazing. I love the fact that they're in black and grayscale. It's absolutely phenomenal series. You can find the first 3 issues digitally right now on Amazon and Drive-Thru Comics. But we're going to be sitting down with him this weekend discussing issue number 4 that's getting ready to come out. That's all I have for you this week. As always, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please hit that like and subscribe button and drop your favorite comic books down in the comments and let us know what you enjoyed. On behalf of myself, the chairman, and the Council of Nerds, this USDN short is USDN approved.